Hey Troy.
Hey y'all.
Hey. How's
Hey,
yeah, how's the lungs? How's the lungs? How's the breathing?
uh, I think okay. I think slowly improving.
Okay.
I
No more
just
pain in
got
the chest though, right? No more pain in the chest?
haven't had that since like that week after COVID.
Okay.
So it's been like 4 or 5 weeks, something like that now.
Okay. Good. That's solid.
Seems a little shallow still. I just got the another batch of Pleurisy root
Okay.
and the lobelia. So I'm
Right.
taking those.
How long have you been taking the lobelia?
Oh, uh, I just took my like third dose in 48 hours.
Okay. And so like when you have that in and it's been like an hour or two after you've taken it, is that helping your breath at all?
I honestly don't know if I've noticed.
Okay.
Um,
Still do it for a little bit. I mean, it is relaxing the diaphragm and it just could be the diaphragm so wound up, but if the diaphragm, I mean, usually when you target the diaphragm, it will calm down. Usually, not every time, but usually. When it starts to be a thing where it's just not responding, then you got to start kind of looking at it from the point of view of the nervous system. Like something's not allowing it to release. You know what I mean? Like when you do things where this produces a result and then it's not happening, it's like that you had pleurisy, or at least we think you had pleurisy. I mean that could do some things. I mean, it definitely makes it harder to breathe, makes the diaphragm go into spasm, the bronchioles, some of the skeletal muscles that aid the movement of the rib cage. Um, those can be affected, but yeah, like if it's not responding, how is your sleep?
Not great. It like comes and goes. It's kind of like binge and purge or something. It's like I'll have little spells where I
Mm,
sleep like pretty good for a while, for a few days. And then kind of most of the time, really honestly, like my whole adult life, like
mhm.
it's been pretty crummy.
For most of your adult life.
Yeah, and particularly like the last decade has been super stressful, just like as a single parent, and I have to travel a lot, commute a lot, and then my day job is handling art and hanging art, moving art, so taking crates on and off of 18 wheelers as they come in from Sotheby's or wherever around the world. And so like I'm doing tons of heavy lifting and stuff all the time. And I had even wondered a couple times if like I hadn't just kind of like thrown some stuff out of alignment from all the lifting and stuff that I do.
Like what you said, like it's been a rough like decade. Like, is that what
Yeah.
you said? Yeah, rough decade.
Yeah, I had like my I had like a near death experience where I like was trying to shut a window and accidentally put my arm through the window and lost half the blood in my body. And that was super gnarly. And then shortly after that my dad passed, and then I had a rough divorce, and then I went into like this whole struggle with single parent stuff. And I mean, I've been doing, that led me to spiritual practice and to pranic healing, and so many aspects of my life have like tremendously improved. But I also a lot of times feel like, man, I'm doing so many things to lighten up and let go of things, and yet like my body just like feels like it's always kind of in some stage of fight or flight. So I feel like
Yeah.
I'll get little moments here and there where I sleep real well, but like for the most part, I feel like I'm
How long
always
ago
pretty
was
wound up.
the bleeding? Like where you cut your arm? How long ago was that?
Um, that was like 15 years ago,
Have you had issues where you kind of check out a little bit since then?
Sure.
Like more so than before the incident?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like I've been working on that with Dr. Thaddeus and using chronic healing and doing stuff that I've learned through you through the oils. And I'll notice, like it's peeling the onion. It's helping, but it's like a deep one,
Yeah. The thing with like bleeding, especially excessive bleeding, is like, when you start bleeding, you kind of chuck out a little bit. You get a little dissociative. I mean, it's your physiology is trying to protect your experience and everything. It's just a natural thing that happens. And so, and then it has to do with like blood flow getting to the brain or not getting to the brain and to the limbs. And so, yeah, it makes me wonder if there's a little bit of like a dissociative mechanism that got a little bit overstimulated. That would make sense, actually. It would also make sense like how you're reacting to stress and things like that. Um, for right now, I need to like really kind of sit and look at you in the eyes of you had such excessive bleeding. Like that's a interesting little piece of information. And so for right now though, like just for like the next day or two, you have Palo Santo,
I believe so.
couple drops in water and drink it, like 2, 3 drops, even 4 drops, especially at night. And it just will help flush some of the things out of your body and out of your system. And do you have like some spikenard or vetiver or something where you can make like an
Yes.
ointment and rub it on your arms and legs?
Okay.
Um, Lemongrass would also work, and Lidsia cubeba would also work. Put it in like a lotion or like a liniment with alcohol and shake it up, and then on your arms and legs every night as you go to bed. Do at least for a few days.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see how that treats you. I want to go and look at the bleeding mechanisms that can get agitated. They're not bleeding mechanisms, but you have mechanisms that can get agitated because of the bleeding. Let me look at that and see if I can see something. And we'll go through and treat, but lots of cleansing on the arms and legs, and a lot of like oils that are sedating to the arms and legs, like vetiver, spikenard, lemongrass, let's see, cubeba. The thing is like when you calm the nerves of the arms and legs, it helps you to transmute like lower energies. And and when you're not able to do that, it actually causes dissociation. So what can happen is you might not realize like this is really stressful or upsetting, like because there's a little bit of that checked out piece, and so you don't know it, but then when you sit down your body feels it even though it didn't register emotionally or mentally. Everybody dissociates, it's just to what degree. And so um it makes me wonder if maybe there's just a higher dissociative reaction in some of these situations that would actually magnify the stress response, and then it would affect your breath, it would affect your diaphragm. I mean, it would kind of make sense of why the diaphragm's not releasing. Kind of interesting. Let me look at it. Let's do what we talked about. Do the Palo Santo, something relaxing on the arms and legs. Let's see how that treats you. Like after 2 days of treatment, email us and let me know how you're doing, and then we'll do a follow-up with what we're going to have you do after that.
Okay.
Okay.
Um,
And part of the thing I want to see is like, does it change your breath? Like
right.
this is not a treatment for breathing, but I want to see, is it impacting your breath?
Okay. I'll try to pay attention to that.
Because all the stuff that we've talked about, like your breath should be changing. Like
Right.
we've done a whole wide range of something else is going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't even gonna be my question, but it's